with playing Ed. I don't know how to say it, so I just put Edwin. But so I have not tried it out yet. What's he doing,
bro? A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay, it seems creepy. Oh, bro.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
I ain't even opened it.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know, or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
I'm just gonna go down here. Bro, can you run?
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Bro, what the freak is that? Okay. Okay, there go basketball goal. Let's go shoot some hoops. I'm just playing. Let me stop. This jump seems real sketchy, bro. Can we just take off on this truck? Cause I don't even wanna.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
We got a tree in the middle of it.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Okay. There's a lot of missing children.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Afraid of the house, okay. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Cause this is really sketched out in a way that I can't even explain. So do I have the key?
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Nah.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Okay. What am I supposed to do? Like, okay, so we're gonna make our way around the back. It seems really oh.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I would imagine. See,
For the first time in years, felt like I was home.
It's
But instead of a
boots and
family,
tissues.
there were just memories of one. Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Dang. Don't twist it. Oh. I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna go this way. Yeah.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
That door is just falling. Okay.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
A year. Okay.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Ooh, look at that scorpion. Ooh, okay.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
So, what is the point?
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
I didn't look in this peephole.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Whoa, okay. Okay, goodbye. Hey. Okay, I'm done. Alright. No.
power had been turned off the night we left.
I don't know what to do, bro. Like, it's...
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
December 13th, 1947.
Bro.
Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Oh my God, bro.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
I've been out for long. Dang.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Bro, I don't see me.
Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Okay, I don't know if I like this or not.
A mama rabbit.
Well. Gotcha. Scooped up.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Shark. A shark in the tree. Ow.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
Oh my god.
I was hungrier than ever.
Can I die? Ooh.
I wanted fat, juicy seeds. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
I'm sorry.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What the freak am I, bro?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Oh, so
I
I'm
wanted
gonna.
to stop, but also I didn't.
Belly was rusty.
last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
I don't even...
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
I bet it's a little rat. Bro, I hate snakes, bro. But this is something else.
I got closer and closer.
Lord.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
So the snake gonna eat her. Or whatever that little slithery thing is. Bro.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
I do not know.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
I have to do everything. I have to
There's
open.
a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Bro, this game.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
don't know how to swing on this. Okay.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Okay, what do I have to do with me swinging?
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Okay.
Calvin, dinner's ready. Coming.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Oh my God, bro. I had to swing.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
There's so many secret passages in this house.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Alright guys, I'm gonna end the video right here. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and show you to do with your friends and family.